Konbanwa tagoan kroski-kuns, and I got a pretty good one for you today. I asked 100 married couples for dating advice and learned ... The content creator is Sprout, 16K likes, and it was 12 days ago. I do like spacing out my reactions because I don't want to sap any views from anybody else's videos, as if I am doing that anyways. I'm not actually doing that right now because I'm a nobody on the internet, but I want to make sure that I'm fair, even now. Let's begin.
Over the last 3 years, I have asked more than 100 married couples one huge question.
What would you say is the key to 60 years, 20 years?
54 years.
58 years together and successful, long-lasting marriage.
And their answers have taught me more about love and dating than any book, course, video, or school ever could. And in this video, we will be sharing some of their most insightful, emotional, and knowledgeable pieces of advice we have heard to date.
There we go. I knew something was off. The sizing was incorrect. It should look better on your screen now. I feel like we're going to learn a lot about the stuff that I've talked about in my past video about if love is a skill or not. And what I talked about is both parties need to communicate to each other and work together for each other. Meaning, let's say I have a partner, right? I try to work as best as I can to be the best partner for my partner, while my partner does the same for me. And we help each other to be good for each other. I think that kind of earnest view on how a relationship should work could really be beneficial to a lot of relationships. However, not everybody understands that. And even if they say they do, they might not earnestly believe it. It's just a matter of understanding what connections are worth your time and not worth your time.
How long have you been married for?
40,
Huh?
no,
1987. Can we do that math really quick?
67
this will be
years.
37. Yeah, there's a times 10 factor.
You lose track.
You guys are married?
Yes, we've been married many years.
How many?
Good.
It's always like that.
See if
It's
he knows.
always
54 years.
Yes, 54 years. We met in 71. We've been together 53 years.
Yeah, almost 50.
I kind of feel like a lot of my friends, like after 20 years of marriage, you want out. 40 years of marriage, you're like, oh my God, what have I done? They never make it to the good part.
A lot of flowers.
The good part is 50 years? What? Wait. Marriage, you want out 40 years of marriage, you're like, oh my God, what? Wait. So she's saying like, it scales?
53 years.
Yeah, almost 50.
I kind of feel like a lot of my friends, like after 20 years of marriage, you want out. 40 years of marriage, you're like, oh my God, what have I done?
Yeah. It's the resistance that comes after you get accustomed to the love. Because humans get tolerance and adjustment, right? Once you see the magic for what it is and you get used to the magic is quote unquote lost. It's not really lost, it's still there, but you know, humans love wanting more. So when you finally manage your resistance to that, because I think every relationship goes through stuff like that, to be honest. You see it in relationships where you're not married and marriage itself. It's true for a small scale and it's true for a big scale. And what matters is if you truly believe that you're in it for the long run. If you're in it for the long run and you earnestly believe and authentically believe that you can work on this relationship, then I don't see any problem with understanding that you're burnt out, but still keeping on, still moving forward, because it's a relationship, it's love, it's supposed to be worked on. So saying, oh my God, what have I done? It can sound funny, but it's also very rude. So, I mean, it depends on how it's used.
They never make it to the good part.
Yeah, the good part comes later. It's the same with mastery, right? Like 1,000 hours is when you start mastering something. 10,000 hours is when mastery really truly starts cultivating. So, I mean, that's how I believe anyways.
Flowers that don't bloom for decades. Interesting flowers. She's very interesting.
Aw.
And she's really intelligent. And to me, very beautiful.
Sweet.
And we've been married 58 years.
It's very sweet.
It's still great.
What would you say is the secret to 58 years together and you said still great?
The biggest thing is we both married our best friend.
True.
Well, to me, it's having your best friend next to you all the time. When Ann goes away for a few days, I'm sort of out of sorts.
We're together 32 years. We've known each other for 50 years.
But somehow we never got, and we were single.
Yeah, right. And we got involved with other people and went separate ways for 18 years.
And might have had a child together. You know, that would have been awfully nice. I was younger. I worried a lot about finding love in my life. Enduring love, you know, whether it was living with someone or married to someone that didn't work out. Then we're together 30 years, so we came together fairly late in midlife. And yes, it was that important. And as you get older, it gets even much more important.
Companionship.
Companionship and enduring love? I'm going to assume that's what she meant by, yes, it is that important. Companionship and enduring love is that important. And it's kind of funny how she how she describes it as enduring love. Some people say that love isn't something to be endured. I disagree. I think love is worth enduring. I don't think love should be effortless. But I also don't think love should be a crazy battle either. I think there's things that you need to accept and there's things that you need to fight for. It's about having a good balance and a good perspective on it, right? I do believe that enduring love is a very key thing to highlight here. Because if you're not willing to go through the low points with your partner, then how can you expect to last 30 to 50 years? And that's not to say that effortless love is terrible, right? That's not to say that love that is effortless is not worth having. Love is effortless and it works fine and you guys work great together and no problems have ever happened at all. Maybe you're just that compatible and love isn't something to fight or endure for your relationship. It's person to person. Everything is different, but the same recipes are still there.
Much more important.
Companionship.
The most important decision you make in your life is your marriage and who you marry. That can make or break it, as we all know. It can be they can encourage you in whatever you're doing, discourage you. The best thing that I ever did was I met Joan, and it was the best decision I ever made. I was 23 and she was 20, so that was our 20s.
You gotta have your mate with you as long as possible when you get older.
Yeah.
Be single.
That's so funny. Have your mate, like as if we're talking about animals, right? It's just funny. It's just funny to me.
When you get older is not good
at all.
How long have you guys been married?
Wow. Being single when you're older is not good at all. Yeah.
Married for?
It's going to be 60 years
congrats.
in October.
What has gotten you to 60 years? Still happy, you know, I'm assuming, right? Still happy, still enjoying.
There's a couple of days here and there that are pretty good.
What's the secret to a long-lasting relationship?
You got to be flexible. You can't be dogmatic. You're not always right. She's not always right.
No.
It's the way it is. I know what she's going to say. You told me I'm allowed to talk, not you. So I'm talking.
You can't let things fester.
Yes. You see how they like pass off each other's comments? They're used to it. Yes, they bicker, but they love each other. That's just how love should be, I think. I don't think everything should be happy-go-lucky all the time. And they trust each other enough to not take things personally. They know they're in it for the long run. Sorry, I'm misspeaking here. They know they're in it for the long run. And they know that they can be honest with each other because that's what it takes to have a good relationship. Honesty.
You got something on your head, you talk about it, you resolve it, finish.
That's it.
See, exactly. They just said it. See, I can tell from their relationship because the way they talk to each other, it shows me that they prioritize honesty and communication because they've had to do that a lot. I feel like they've had to do that a lot for each other, and that's so good.
Yeah.
Can you define the word love for me?
Ooh.
I don't know what the hell that is. I can't define it. If you can smile, regularly, you're okay.
A lot of it is it's caring, it's respect.
Yeah.
Don't pick fights. Respect. And love. What's love? He's crazy, you know.
So you got married.
He's crazy perfect for her. Love is a difficult feeling to describe, right? Because we all experience love and show love differently. So it's just about seeing what kind of love you like and going for that. And sometimes you won't get that love and you'll have to make sacrifices just to find that love. Focusing on the feeling and defining love, I feel like it can help, but it's not the end all be all, in my opinion. Some things words just cannot describe, but I think the best way to define love is an authentic connection that brings you joy. I think that's the best way I can put it for right now. I would have to think more if I want an all-encompassing definition, but sometimes there's things that words do not give enough credit to. Words can be too corrosive for some things. Not everything needs a label.
87.
With that lady there. Yeah.
Married for 3 years? Wow. You've been married 3 years. You got married at 90 to a younger man.
Married at 90.
You're a cougar. Congratulations. How's that
Oh my
feel?
God.
Thank you.
There you go.
Robbing the cradle.
Robbing the cradle.
What I have felt in this relationship is that I hadn't felt any red flags. So, okay, so love is no red flags. I had a friend who once said, I love it in life when all of a sudden the lights go green. That's what's happened.
I like that you're looking at him too when you said all this.
Life worked very well
Yeah,
after I met.
That's very affectionate. That's very sweet. You can tell the the magic is there. 3 years, wow. And love is no red flags. I kind of disagree, because that depends on your interpretation of what a red flag is, and sometimes we're wrong. So I feel like love is understanding why the flags are there, and if you're willing to deal with any flags, any problems that come with those flags, you know? It's all about what you're willing to work with.
My first husband died. After I married John, life was just very, very good. We've been fortunate enough to always travel, so we've been almost everywhere. We've just had a wonderful life. We're very lucky.
Love is not looking in each other's eyes, but it's looking together in the same direction.
That's a very good quote. I like that. That's a very good quote. I love that. If you're both focused on communication and authenticity and honesty, then how do you not have a successful relationship? Well, I mean, if you're not compatible, yes, but you get what I mean, right? A relationship takes two. So working together for the same goal is important.
What would you say is the key to a successful, long-lasting marriage?
Patience, good principles.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
That's important.
Okay, cover your ears.
Which is...
Let's see.
Oh, yes, okay. Di la tua opinione.
Oh, they're Italian. Okay.
That is my hobby.
How do you...
I agree. Yes. Yes. That's so typical for a guy. I agree with her. She's perfect and she's right in everything.
Each other for so long.
My wife is really a wonderful wife because she's every time very, very correct with me.
Correct with me. What does this mean?
And correct with everybody. Anyway, all human beings, not only you.
So you're always right.
I'm a little bit of a nun.
Oh, I see. So I'm guessing she has a lot of wisdom and perspective, and she likes throwing it forward. It seems like these two trust each other enough to communicate, but most of the time she ends up being right, and he's okay with that. At least that's what I read from the situation, okay? I mean, it could be completely different, I don't know, right? Because I never met these people before, I don't know them, but I mean, it's very beautiful, really, just seeing this.
What are the sacrifices that you guys had to make or have to make in order for this to work?
Quite frankly, I don't think I made any sacrifices. I guess that marriage is not for everyone.
Not at all. God, I mean...
Some people are thinking, oh, I have to sacrifice like my freedom and this and that. It's like...
No, I think you have more freedom when you have a committed relationship. Most relationships are not just a compromise, but a
Well, most of the time when they say freedom, okay, they mean like, oh, I can't go out and date 12 guys while I have this guy that I told I love, or 12 women that I want to fool around with, right? And have like 20 bastard children while I'm dating this girl that I quote unquote say I love. Like this doesn't make any sense, right? Most of the time when people say I don't have any freedom in a relationship, that's what they mean, okay? I agree with her when she says you have more freedom in a relationship because you're in a relationship for a reason. If you're treating relationship like a contract, it'll feel like one. If you see where all of the limitations are at, you'll feel those limitations. Find the freedom within the relationship, not the limitations. That's a very corrosive thing to think about, no?
Complementary existence. One person is the good cook, me. One person takes care of the finances, him, and that gets worked out in a relationship.
But I think it's also an attitude toward life in general. I mean, I guess you could ask somebody, what kind of sacrifices do you make for your job? Well, if you really like your job, you don't look at it like a sacrifice.
A good marriage gives one a sense of safety and comfort. It allows you to grow. Just like a child who feels secure in their relationship with their parents is then willing to go out in the world independently, knowing that there's a good attachment. That's what marriage is. It's an attachment.
Marriage is, 60%, 40%, 60%, 40%. Isn't that 50-50?
I'm usually the 60.
I would hope so, yeah.
Yes, exactly. I like that. I really do like that. I guess I'm putting a lot of emphasis on just balance and working with each other, give and take. Because eventually things will circle back to you. Just, you don't have to be so rigid.
I've heard from my dad, that's the standard.
That's the best way to go.
60 is pretty good for I'm glad he's getting 40 at least,
We're 67 years married. No matter if we do get in arguments, which happens at all times with all people, we try not to let it hang over till the next day.
Yeah, you get over it. I mean, there's also a difference between an argument and a discussion. If you can't be with a partner that can't differentiate between the two, then don't. Yes, you can have a partner, and yes, you can argue with them and still have a successful relationship, but, if a partner innately cannot differentiate from an argument and a discussion from the two, then how can you communicate? There's no eyes looking together in the same direction, as that woman pointed it out.
We have it set in our lives that we embrace each other every morning, no matter what happens. And it erases any problems that we might have had. It brings us back to a decent level relationship.
I mean, that's nice, right? And that works for them. That's good. That's very good. It's reorienting and grounding themselves to understand that even though they argue, they're in it together. I think that's very beautiful. And just because it works for their relationship doesn't mean it might work for your relationship. But understanding why it works and why they do it, I think is a lot more important. If you can find ways to help each other understand that even if you argue, you're in it for the long run and you have loyalty and trust and respect and all that, then yeah, I don't see any problems at all there.
I think that's important.
I love that.
After speaking with thousands of people, including a lot of entrepreneurs and founders, I have found one big issue. Most chaos in business and life doesn't come from chaos, but rather losing track of what's actually happening in life. A deal moves forward, but nobody follows up. An order comes in, but you're not sure what is in stock. The sponsor of today's video, Odoo, helps to fix that. With Odoo, you can create a quote, send it out, and turn it into a sales order and invoice in one simple flow, even including approvals, signatures, and payments. At the same time, Odoo gives you real-time inventory tracking and smart reordering, so you already know what's available and what needs to be restocked. For example, if you're someone who's ordering 100 everyday planners from us, we can instantly check if we can fulfill it, and if not, Odoo will flag it before it becomes a real problem. If you're building a business and want sales and inventory to feel more organized, you can try Odoo by clicking the link in the description or scanning the QR code on screen.
So you guys are both on your second marriage. Can you define the word love?
I'd say love is care. It's a big word, but I think love means caring for someone.
It lasts. It just lasts.
I think there is a feeling that applies better to us rather than one of us. What do I love about you is less than what I love about the both of us together as a couple. That's what I love.
You're like,
That was a good answer. That was
Wait, let me see. Wait, what did he say?
Means
it's a feeling that applies better to us rather than one of us. What do I love about you is less than what I love about the both of us together as a couple. That's what I love.
You're like,
That was a good answer. That was better than what I was going to say, so I don't want to say what I had.
You know what? I do like his answer. Rather than treating love as separate entities, right? Like what I love about you, he's saying that it's not about what I love about you, it's what I love about what we have together. That hits pretty hard. I like that.
The most important thing is honesty, not doing anything.
That's a good foundation to build trust and loyalty.
It's an agreement that the trust is above everything. Yeah, we don't break the trust.
Love is the ability to sacrifice oneself for the other. When you can put things aside that are from your ego or preference or personality and just say, yeah, I'll go with that. That's love. When I was a girl, I made a list of what I wanted in a guy, and then I met him. He had some of the valuable qualities that I wanted, like kindness, spirituality, intelligence. He was like really intelligent. Now I had other things on my list that he completely doesn't meet at all, but he had the right character. So all through the years, again and again, I chose to love him. Whenever we'd get upset, whenever we completely didn't agree, whenever he wanted to live somewhere and I didn't want to live somewhere. That was a real crisis. Girls now, they're taught that what they want is the most important thing, rather than what is what is like the best thing for us together, instead of what's the best thing for me. When you give up that me to a we, that's love.
I can't add any more to that. I think that's perfect by itself. I don't think there's anything I could agree with more. That's a great answer.
I think that the key word is respect. You're not always going to agree with what he or she is doing. Ultimately, respect their choices.
I think you have to learn how to say you're sorry. Yeah. That is a really big thing.
I thought that love is never having to say.
Oh, but it is, and that's a ridiculous statement.
That's just for you, yeah.
What's the value of being with someone for the rest of your life, hopefully, versus jumping around and like, oh, if I have all of these options available to me, why would I stick with one?
It's the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know the good, you know the bad, you know the ugly, and you still love the person. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. It's just, there's something really great about that and special.
And even when you're angry at the person and you still flick on that coffee machine that they need for the morning because you know they need that, that's commitment.
What's the value of it? I think you get to a point, every relationship that's enduring, where you need to refresh it for the relationship to keep growing, a way to get closer. You don't need to rush into marriage. We were together for 5 years before we got married, and then it was sort of the right time. It added something ineffable, right, but real.
I think finding a life partner is the biggest gamble in your life. But if you do find it, it can be the magical part of your life.
Well, we were kids when we met, and there was a lot of luck and just communication.
Yeah, a lot of people miss that. A lot of times you can't control if you find love or not. But that doesn't mean you don't try, right? If it's a gamble, just as much of a possibility you don't find love, you do. And it's better to try and find it than just crumble under the possibilities. You're being too worried about the future rather than living in the present. You could miss a lot by worrying about the future rather than being fully immersed in what's going on in the now. And that's not to say don't think about the past or the future, but it's to understand that you need to have an open perspective and an open awareness so that you don't miss what you would otherwise miss if you focus too much on one or the other.
I could give younger people advice is finding the right partner is important, and therefore not having kids until you are more sure that it is the right partner, because there's so many divorces in life. And obviously waiting a bit to have kids doesn't negate divorce, but it minimizes the chance that if you're not together as a couple, don't introduce someone else until you're sure.
I see. That's good advice.
Dating different when you guys first started dating than it is today?
I think the pressure on kids now is pretty hard from social media to go out, what to do, who to be with, where you are. I think they're smarter about protection. They Uber instead of drunk driving. We did not do that.
Anything that you're going to do, get video consent for it first.
Right.
There was no permanent record of how incredibly inane you act. It was easier back then, and it's tougher now.
We were doing crazy stuff and no one was filming it. I mean,
Now they are, yeah.
crazy. Every movement that you make is on film. And you have so many distractions like, social media. Commitment is harder because of that.
What are some things you think we could do to have like more opportunities or better chance of finding real love?
I think you should take this and flush it down the toilet.
Personal connection. You can't replace that.
I think it's very difficult now for dating. One, because it's all done kind of remotely, a lot of this texting back and forth, which seems like the worst way to communicate. We were very immature when we got married. We were both 22.
Speak for yourself.
I think what a lot of people miss is thinking for yourself. And you need to understand that sometimes you can also be wrong. So when you're navigating the internet, you need to pick up the information that sounds useful and verify it later. Because if you just blindly trust what sounds right, you're going to lead to a lot of messy thoughts in the future. You need to understand that you have to take what is useful, discard what's not, and then add your own. So that means that there's a separate objective correctness on top of your subjective correctness. That means that you need to find what's truly valuable and what is true in life. And then you need to add your own spin on that life. When they say social media is garbage, when that man is telling you to flush your phone down the toilet, he's telling you that a lot of the stuff that you see online is just, it's not right. I think you have the potential to find what is right online. I think there's a lot that you can find online that has so much substance, so much profoundness, and can help you a lot. You just need to know where to find it and to verify whether it actually is good or not. So, because this video is an example of that. So that's just something that I would like to interject in there, because a lot of people miss that what's going on your screen doesn't have to be biblical. Like, it doesn't have to be like the word, the preaching word that you have to adhere to and listen to like a sheep, like a mindless sheep. Try to see if you believe that. And sometimes, even if you don't like it, you have to believe it, because objective correctness is just as important as subjective correctness.
I think it's harder than it ever was, but I also think that people's expectations are higher than maybe they should be. I think that you have to kind of take a chance on people and get to know them better. Having unrealistic expectations of this person's going to be lined up right up with all your ideals and all your priorities, it's not going to ever happen. Like, you're going to have to make compromises.
And so there's going to be surprises.
What's one thing that when you were younger, you put a lot of importance on, and as you got older, you realized wasn't actually that important?
You want the truth? Chasing girls. And then I met my wife, and we've been married for 45 years. I saw the futility of that. It's a lot nicer to be in a very loving couple than to be chasing women all the time. Don't be afraid to fall in love. Yeah, no, it's true. Some people are. Some people are very sort of, well.
I mean, I'm one of them, right? I think that's called anxious avoidant attachment style. Like, I mean, it comes in many forms, right? I mean, that's just one of the ways that you can be afraid of love. I'm sure there's tons of different ways. I'm not going to pretend like I know it all, but for me personally, I am like very afraid of love, because most of the time I've been failed even on a friendship level. So how can I really trust love? But taking a chance and getting comfortable with that fear, because life isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes you're going to feel that pain, and sometimes you need to interpret that pain in a way that helps you be pushed forward, not holding you back.
They're afraid of becoming dependent or getting hurt or whatever, but you shouldn't.
You got to risk it.
Feels like people aren't putting themselves out there as much or taking that risk.
Yeah, I think maybe they think that there's always somebody else to try, so I get too bogged down with one relationship and just keep moving around, and after a while you find years have gone by and you've just been moving around and not like challenging a relationship to continue like day to day.
Yeah.
Not looking so far ahead all the time. It's about day to day.
Yeah.
Even a long-term relationship has to do with today is today, and it's the next another day. Let's get better.
How do you recommend?
Yeah, exactly. Being present. That's very good. I like that answer too.
When someone finds love in this day and age, then
Be open to find it. And if you
Yes.
get hurt, that's how
Then hurt. Feel the pain. Hurt.
you know you're alive, right?
Yes.
Don't make it a shopping list. I like to see
who I'm with. So when I met her, I looked at her and I just saw flashing lights. So did she.
Yeah. Let yourself be changed by the person that you meet. I've changed him a lot.
I like musicals.
He goes to musicals with me.
I love it.
That's shocking.
It wasn't my habit. Yeah.
Literally follow your heart. Like, no one knows what you want except for yourself. Sometimes you won't listen to yourself because maybe what you want is not what others would want for you. I married a man 20 years older than me, and everyone around me said that it was a wrong decision. 3 years later, I can say that I'm so happy that I followed my heart.
Yeah.
And it comes with sacrifices, but it was the right choice.
Amazing. Let's bring him in. Because you've been speaking about him the whole time, so this is the husband. Okay.
Having a partner in life is the best thing because you always have that person that is going to be there for you. It's work, but it pays off.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, guess what? This is part of a huge year for us where we're going around the world and interviewing people from all these different countries of all these different ages and giving you perspectives like this channel has never offered before.
I think that's very good. It gives you a lot of clay to work with. When I see a video like this, I take all of these perspectives, all of the different people of different ages and all walks of life, people of all walks of life. It's all clay for me to absorb and to mold into a beautiful vase. That is my internal landscape. I do believe that videos like this are very important, and it's very good to get a big sample size, but also a diverse sample size. Because sometimes what other people do can surprise you, and maybe you want to copy that. Regardless, this was a beautiful video. I loved it. I keep saying beautiful, but I find stuff like this very profound. Very beautiful stuff. Very beautiful stuff. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.